Welcome, Formula One fans. Big race weekend coming up, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I want to answer the question. The race, of course, is going to be at the Jeddah track along the Black Sea. What time? The race is at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will be broadcast on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the F1 TV Pro app. So that's where you can watch it. It's at 1 o'clock on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time, if you're here in the United States. In Saudi Arabia, it is a night race. They're going to race under the lights. It's an incredible race. It's a fast track. And right now, there is a tight midfield. We're looking at a couple hours of practice as we go into qualifying and ultimately the race. And I would say, apart from Red Bull at the top and Aston Martin right behind them, positions 2 and 1 are set pretty firmly. But positions 3 through 10 in terms of the teams is a completely open grid. It is an open grid right now. Nothing is settled. Everything is up for grabs. A lot of the teams have potential, and some of the stronger teams are struggling. Like, for example, Ferrari. Ferrari is definitely having some engineering and mechanical problems. They replaced their internal combustion engine, their ICEs, on their vehicles out of what sounds like an abundance of caution. That is different than the power unit. The power unit is really the brain of the car, and that's what failed in Bahrain for Charles Leclerc's vehicle. So they are making a lot. If you're looking at practice sessions and everything that's going on, it doesn't really look that good. But if you try and read between the lines, it sounds like Ferrari. I mean, this weekend is going to be very telling because if they have engine failures or mechanical failures, they are just looking at a non-competitive year, and it's going to be a problem. It is going to be a problem. Not necessarily how they qualify, whether they're near the pole or what happens tomorrow, but actually on race day. If they have mechanical or engineering problems, Ferrari is going to have a very long, difficult season. And it does not look like they will be competitive, certainly for the top 3 teams. So hopefully they can pull it together and be there. I'm pulling for them, but we will see. Red Bull was very fast today. Minor issues. Max Verstappen had a stomach flu. Didn't matter. They're like the Dark Empire. They always show up. They're always fast. If you don't like Red Bull, you're not going to like them this weekend. You know, what is Max Verstappen complaining about at the practice session? His headrest is not, adjusted properly. Minor issues they're tweaking. Both of the cars were very fast. Aston Martin was up there as well. We talked about Ferrari a little bit. I want to talk about Mercedes. Just a couple takeaways here for, after a couple practice sessions. Make sure you subscribe because I'm going to throw up another video after qualifying. And then after the race on Sunday, I'm going to throw up a big post-race analysis show. Nobody is putting out more content than Paddock Headquarters right here, Paddock HQ. I want you to follow me, hang with me throughout the whole Formula One season. Okay, back to Mercedes. So Lewis Hamilton is separating from his performance coach, Angela Cullen. She's been with him for 7 years throughout an incredible run. This is not something, if I'm a Mercedes fan, that I'm overly concerned about. I think where Lewis Hamilton is in his career and his mind and his headspace, the team, the vehicles they're working on, I think he probably needs a change. And despite the incredible success and all of the great help she would have been to him, Angela, to Lewis Hamilton, I think it's probably a good time for a nice change for him to reflect and reassess what essentially is a new world order in the Formula One standings. So that's kind of where we're at. Last point, last takeaway, the Alpines were fast. If you've been following me, you know I haven't written them off. In fact, I consider Gasly to be one of my breakout drivers this year. And Ocon, of course, is the other one. If you watched Bahrain, he got all of his penalties for the whole season done in his first race. He was penalized heavily. It was a terrible race to forget for him, but he's back, and both of the Alpines will be very interesting to watch. where they finish up, where they qualify, and where they finish up on Sunday. So that's it for my takeaways for the practice session. Remember, the race is this Sunday at 1 o'clock on ESPN or the F1 TV Pro app. If you got the F1 app, you can watch it, as well as ESPN Deportes. So I will be back again tomorrow with another video. And then after the race, we will do a post-race analysis and talk about some of the things that went on. And some of the points that I talked about in my earlier videos and how whether I was accurate or whether I was off. So I think that's where we're at. See you soon. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.